Welcome to each and every one of you out there. It's absolutely a pleasure just coming on board tonight and actually being able to actually present my style, my type of what I tend to do. But before I actually go into it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. And I'm going to tell a little bit about how I choose businesses, because I have multiple businesses, not just in network marketing. So I carry that same statue over to the general business world. So I always stick to that. And I'm hoping I'm going to put that value in this presentation, because it's important. It's important that you understand that those people who are looking at business tonight, that they actually treat it as a business. Because if you're going to treat network marketing as a hobby, guess what? It's going to cost you as a hobby. And I don't want that for anyone, because this is my third stab within network marketing. And I've more or less found my home, as they say. So in this presentation, what I'm going to go through, really, we're going to look at what the market trends are, the demands, the longevity of this particular field that we're in. Enthusiasm about the products, because if the products don't align you, doesn't excite you, well, this is not a business for you. I'm not a rah-rah, I'm straightforward. I don't go into all the whoopee-whoopee like this. Sorry, apologies that a lot of the American networking companies go. It's really about business, and it's true business. And again, the experience of the capability of the team, that someone you're joining, who you're linking up with, do you know he or she properly? Do you know what's behind them and helping them? Because you should do, because you're going to be putting a lot of time in this business. And that's the most valuable asset that you'll ever have, your time. And you have to be wisely who you're linking arms with. Good business practices. I'm hoping I'm going to show some value within what Zinzino's got tonight. And the back office system, the support, the training. What training is there? You should be looking and focusing on this when you're looking at different businesses. And the compensation plan. Is the beginning of it when you start, is it simple? Is it something that can be replicated and enjoyed with your team? And the financial side of it, the financial status of the company. Is it solid? Because that's one thing I always look at. I look at these 7 characters when I look at any form of business. And if I marry them all up, I don't move on. And like some of you came on earlier, you mentioned that I aligned myself with Dave, and he was quite honest of what was going on. And it took me a while to fathom which way I was going to go with this company. So for those who don't know me, I'm Fitz Spencer. I'm 55 years young. I'm originally from the north of the UK, from a town called Manchester. I know some of my Manchester colleagues are online tonight. I live in Plymouth, just down on the southwest coast, just shy of on the borders of Cornwall. I come from a catering background, so I've travelled up and down the UK. I spent some wonderful time abroad, and I'm also in the wine industry. Now, I had my first stab of entrepreneurship, not in network marketing, in my early 20s. And I worked for a family. I was a private chef. I worked for a private family, so wherever they went, I went. I travelled up and around the world with them. Then I went into the wine industry. So it wasn't until a couple of decades later that I actually had the goal and the gumption to go and do something for myself. I was what you call a late bloomer, so, but I enjoy what I do. I'm in the wine industry. And as you can see at the back of me now, I've been working in one of my places, my honky tonk wine lab. I've been working here all day on calls. And as you can see, there's lots of wines behind me. I'm hoping to invite some of you guys down when we can reopen, and we'll have a Zinzino day down here. But it cost me a 6-figure value to investment to come into here. And that's why the beauty I like about network marketing. It's also its downfall as well, because by paying little to come into a business, we don't treat it as a business sometimes, and we need to do that. So Zinzino, why did I pick Zinzino? I picked Zinzino because, again, it was my first stab at network marketing, but it aligned everything, like I said, just when I started, about the 7 steps that I look at. It had everything there for me. So Zinzino, who are Zinzino? They're a wellness company. Those who've probably not looked at this properly. First time, you might have to have a bit of a clip it from your guest who's bringing you on in here. And it's an amazing company. And it's nothing new. It's not new. It's 15 years old. And the beauty about this business, which I love, I just adore, is this. They stayed within their area. in the Scandinavian area. They stayed there, they fine-tuned it, they twisted, before they started to run out, like most companies, they spend 2 or 3 years, then they try and conquer the world. I love how they've done their organic growth. But on the NASDAQ, they're part of the Direct Selling Association, and that's the European Selling Association. They're in phase 1, going on phase 2, regarding to get the same certificate for Direct Selling Association for the UK. Double-digit growth. That's amazing. Double-digit growth, year on year, or month on month for the past what 12 months since they've been in the UK. So there's something there. And most of all, they've got amazing, strong foundations. Them foundations that they're cash rich, debt free, and they're investing back into their business and into their field sales staff. And that's like us, whether it be incentives, whether it be great compensation plan, they know what they're doing. And that's the very first time I can say, I've not been to a lot of network companies, but I know a lot of them. But it's the very first time I can say I feel comfortable in what I'm doing, because I'm surrounded by the right people who are guiding me. This is my very first presentation tonight, and I'm enjoying spreading the word about this company. And I'll be doing more of these on my own with you guys and locking arms with the different people that I'm meeting every day. Science and technology. It blows my mind when I look at my phone and what my phone can do, what my watch can do, and marrying that up with the technology of food and food science. But the crazy thing is, we have all this technology to guide us in our health, to guide us in our proteins, what we should be taking. But the massive thing regarding what this company does is actually bringing something aligned to the masses. And that's actually a unique product, which I'm just going to explain a little bit about. But the reason why we have all this technology, but yet we're still so unhealthy, and it's getting worse. Now, I've done a couple of tests. I'm going to mention about the tests that we do. I've done a couple of tests, and some of the results have been, I've been flabbergasted with some of the tests that's come through. We all know about omegas. We have heard about them, omega oils. You go to some of the high street shops, it's probably one of the biggest supplements coming off the shop shelves into people's baskets. But we know some of them are not correct. We know some of them are oxidized. We understand that. We understand that we're not eating the right foods. Now, if you look at the screen on here, you can see the foods that we should be eating. We know we should be eating, but why aren't we? Is our lifestyle? Are we just on the go all the time? I don't know, but we've got all this technology and all this help from different sports and nutritionist people. We're listening to them, but we're not actioning it in our lives. Once research that I looked at, and I was just blown away again, and that's from data from 2019 for the UK, that half of the food contents that people purchase and buy in their household, or it's 51% actually. So for every pound spent, 51 pence of that is spent on processed foods, ultra processed foods. Even some of the ingredients, what we're buying is processed. So we don't know sometimes, unless we research it properly, what we're cooking with, what we're taking, but we need to slow down. We need to pay attention of what people like Zenzino, people like some of the core experts of looking at natural sources for us. And even if you are taking omegas, and I bumped into a lot of people who are taking omega oils, but they've never been tested. And I've only ever been into one argument. I'm probably going to get into more arguments. I've only ever been into one argument regarding what ratio they should be at. Because the World Health Council and the Food Health Council always says we should be looking at a 3-to-1 ratio to help with our health. But the majority of the people in the UK, I can speak for the UK, is 15-to-1 and above. Europe's a little just around the same. America's even higher. Personally, for me though, that 15-to-1 ratio, it should be higher. The reason why I say that, because some of the tests and results, I look at all my customers' tests and see what they do. My partner's boy, he came in at, he wasn't too bad. I think he was 15-to-1, actually. He's hitting spot on that. But his girlfriend, his partner, was 48-to-1. My son's partner, she was 33-to-1. Another customer of mine was 42-to-1. And they consider themselves quite healthy. but they didn't realize the problems that was coming down the line to them. And some of these people that I know are young. It's the young ones who pretend to think that they're fit, they're healthy, we're immune, we're great, things are going the right way, until they get into their 40s and 50s. So I'm pleased that we've got a product that is actually going to align that and hopefully help it to eradicate them inflammatory problems that is waiting for people down the line of poor diets. The great thing about this is that when I first started, I mean, I don't know if some of you came on earlier, Dave mentioned that when I started with the company just over a year ago, it was 250,000 tests. And within that year period, it's shy of 500,000 tests. And I think that's fantastic. And the reason why I like the test base, what we're doing, is because it differentiates from the people, getting tongue twisted, it separates us from the people that are out there doing omegas. It separates us completely. Now, what I like about this test as well, it's validated. What I like about the test, it's an easy conversational piece to ask someone. It's an easy conversational piece to put in front of somebody. That sells itself. That's worth a wait and go before you even go into our balance oil. But the good thing I like about this as well is because it's third-party validation regarding Vitas, an amazing company. Now these, I thought, is it some guy in the little Zinzino lab tapping away and sending out false results? Well, but I researched Vitas themselves, and they're looking at, they've got, I think, is it 33, 35 international large companies that they look after around the world. These are big companies. GE Health, now did the GE Insurance, big insurance group. They also have a health corporate side of things as well. They look after them. Cambridge University, the World Health Council. So we're just the customer for these guys. So the tests that are coming back are fantastic. And what I like about the products and how this test works as well is one thing which is simple, is this, is that 95% of the people that actually take the test go onto our products, stick to the products, day in, day out. They become, 95% of them become in balance to that 3-to-1 ratio in the 120 days. I myself, I wasn't too bad. My first test was, if I can remember, it was 6-4-1. So it wasn't that bad. I know I've got my good friend on here, Ian, he was even lower than that. But the majority of us are touching that 15-to-1 and above. What makes us unique about our brand, our product? It's because we have a unique blend of polyphenols. And even though I'm 55 years old, I'm learning all the time. And I didn't realize is that where the actual omegas came from in fish. I know some of you are probably too scared to admit it yourself until you found out. I didn't know. I didn't know it came from the algae. But what we're using is wild fish. What we're using the polyphenols from olives. And that's something I do understand about from where that coming from olives. But have you ever tasted it? Have you ever tasted one of these unripened olives? Bit bitter. But however, we have a fantastic and unique blend. So what's the functionality of this product which we're doing? What's the key fundamental functionality? Now, if you go onto, again, and Google this yourself, there's 18 benefits of that. You can just see the main 3. And this has been backed, again, by the Food Council as well, Food Supplement Council. This has been backed by them. Now, for me, this is what got me into the product as well. And this is because I've never had a product, a base product, that's actually been beneficial to me myself. I hate taking pharmaceutical products. If I've got a headache, I don't even take a headache supplement. I don't take a headache tablet. I won't do it. It's just me. But what was in line for me, which was just amazing, was this. My blood pressure. Don't laugh, because I'm from West Indian descent. I assumed having a high blood pressure was the norm. I got well and truly slapped down by my doctor, and rightly so, because it's not. It's my lifestyle. I was kidding myself. I was 159/98. And you and I know that's the wrong side of self. And it was getting worse and worse. And I didn't want that. So I tried a few things before, but over this period of the last time I saw my doctor, he asked me to go and get a health monitor, which I did, will text my blood pressure. And I did that, and I still do it every other day. My blood pressure now, after being on the product, is, if I can remember now, it's a 131/85. It's getting there. It's getting where it's supposed to be. So I have a belief in this product, so I can sell the product because it's working for me. Remember what I said about them, one of them validations you need for coming into any type of business. Can you validate the product yourself? Are you getting any benefits from the product yourself? Well, I am. And that's my blood pressure. It's going in the right direction. I'm trying to get a little bit fit. Some of you see my posts online. It's killing me, but I'm getting there. I'm going to stick to it. So just remember and just have a look and research yourself. You have to be comfortable of researching what these products can do and what proper Omega can do for you, Omega oils can do. But like I said, I'm no expert. I'm no medical expert. I'm learning all the time about these products, but we have someone who does. And that's our advisory board led by Dr. Paul Clayton. Now, if you just Google that name, he's a phenomenal chap, absolutely phenomenal. Now, he's the former chair of the Food and Health Council UK. He's also involved in the food and brain behaviour as well. Oxford University, Cambridge University, Edinburgh University. He speaks to many people around the world. And he's the pioneer behind some of our products here. So it's worthwhile investigating this bit. We've got massive validation regarding our products. And I don't think we can get any better than these people who are actually behind Zenzino. And especially Dr. Paul Clayton. He's approachable. He's been on many, those who have not seen him in action yet, you need to jump on one of his calls. It's mesmerizing, even from someone who's non-medical minded like me. I'm sitting there and I'm gobsmacked at some of the things and the research that this gentleman has done. I think it's fantastic. Our main products, I mean, I'm not going to go too much into this, but the simple reason is we have, every Tuesday, we have a good product presentation. I mean, so, Sue Booth normally does it. Now we've got some of the other team members that are going to, and Sue did a blinder last Tuesday. So if you've not watched it, anyone, those who are on tonight, download it. It's on our YouTube site. Fantastic. But however, we've got what we class as our balance oil, but we have a certain supplements around that supports the balance oil. And it's also complements it. So our immune system, weight loss, skincare. Again, I'm not going to go too much about these products themselves tonight, because this is really about showing your interest on a business overview. Remember what I said before? Business. So we've looked at a few bits. You've heard a little bit about me and my background, what brings me onto here. And like I said, I'm not into rah-rah, I'm about business. So it's really, when we look at business, we really need to know how we're going to get paid. What's the income like? We're all going to talk that. We may not want to know it. Some people keep a hush-hush, but I have to spend a little bit of time on that, because you have to understand, with hard work and dedication, these figures, these average, what you see here, it's achievable, but it ain't going to happen overnight. So I'm going to show you two packs here, but I must pre-warn those, if you've got any people from Australia, New Zealand, wherever around the world or through Europe, it's free to come into this business. It's free to come into network marketing. But the investment, what you're going to do is slightly different depending on the country you're going to. So if you need to know that, if you're somebody new looking at the business, have a chat with the person who's brought you on tonight, and they'll run through the different protocols regarding how we bring people on regarding the investment. Because when I put my six-figure sum of actually opening up my businesses here, I had to start with some stock. And it's the same with yourselves when you come into a network marketing business. It's free to come in. But you're not going to be able to validate the products or validate the services if you're not participating with products, trying the products, learning the products. So you're going to need some inventory. And we've got a couple of kits that I've got to mention. And these are a couple of kits. So one is our protocol health kit, and one is our immune system or our ultimate system. These two product sectors here, these two packages here, right? If you're thinking 25 customers is a lot over a 12-month period, we'll help and show you how to build 25 customers and get 25 customers quite quickly. The company within itself, because they are focused on delivering customers, focused on delivering, of educating our customers. They're willing after a 12-month period, on the 13th month, to reimburse you any of these two packs on here. Again, let's look into it a little bit closer with the person who's brought you on here tonight. So we've got a circle of alignments that we do here. And obviously it's about contacting, but I'm just going to concentrate on this a little bit here. And what it's about is training, getting started training. When I bring a new partner in, there's one thing I will not do. I will not sign that. I'll bring that new partner on if he or she has not given me a date for the training. Because it's not just joining anything, it's how you train and how you're getting into, with to, and how, when, and when. I'm sorry, how, when, and how. So you need to lock arms with the right people. You need to give some of your time to learn what we need to teach you. And it's team building as well. The personal development. Now, personal development could be anything. It could just be a one-to-one. It could be doing your first presentation. But you have to come out your comfort zone. Because if you stop learning, so is your income. Your income's going to stop. We have weekly trainings. We have one-to-one mentoring. We have freeway calls. Now, some of you are on here tonight because you came on a freeway call with one of the partners who are in the business now. And they had a good chat with you, see what you would like, and brought you onto this particular platform. And we have online presentations. So we've put something in place to making sure that you align with what I said, them 7 key aspects. And I'll go through them again in a moment. We have focus, super focused of making sure that we get customers. Customers are the lifeblood of any business. The days have gone in network marketing when it's recruit, 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 recruit. We get nothing for recruiting people. It's about the turnover of building business and making sure we get customers coming through. But our customers, and we value our customers extremely, extremely well. So if our customers come on board and refer for customers, they can also get their products free. We also have an app to help the customers to remind them to take the oil. And on certain levels, they're going to get free shipping. So we're always looking for key customers and making sure they can get referrals. And sometimes customers like the product so much, where they're going to go? They want to become a partner. They want to start earning what we're doing. They want to start building. So we go back and help them to train. They already understand the products because they're on it. Personal customers. I'm going to be about personal customers. When I was with another network, we talked about personal customers, but they wasn't really personal customers. It was really partners coming into the business and stockpiling. And that's not the way to do business. But however, when we're talking about personal customers, we're talking about how we earn our money. These are the basics where I want you to understand. There's a 3-step basics. And that's it. There's many different components in our compensation plan, but it's really about you guys understanding the early part of the business for your business is vital. I'm just going to put these up. It's vital. We want you to go out and get 10 customers, but 4 customers in your first 30 days. We want you to get to what we class as X-Team Express. That's 10 customers in total. We also want you to build on a customer basis. We want you to keep going. You're earning. We want you to keep going regarding your customer strength. So by duplicating that with the rest of your team, by duplicating that with the customers as well, your team's going to get some bonuses. Your customers are going to get some help when they're referrals as well. Sometimes we bring customers on, we don't look after them, and we don't tell them about the referral basis so they can get their products free. And that's the one thing we should be doing as well, because this is a fantastic platform. So just remember that. It's going to become more apparent why about getting your 4 customers and then next building that up to 10 customers. So as you can see here, like I mentioned before, and I'll keep saying that, we're customer focused all the time. And there's a number of people on here, probably on here tonight, that have come from 0 to 100 customers within a 2-month period. I think that's absolutely fantastic. What does that come with? It comes with the company rewarding you as an individual. And that's a £9,000 bonus. That's split over a 25-month period. I think that is fantastic. It's rewarding you for going out and getting customers, because customers are the lifeblood of any business. It's the lifeblood of my business in my wines, and it's the lifeblood in this business as well, because without customers, we're not going to get paid. I'm spending a lot of time on that because customers are key. But what about when we start building our team? I've said about going getting your 4 customers. I've said about mentioning helping your rest of your team. Just duplicate that basic bit on the bottom of starting your business. 4 customers, 4 partners. Build them 4 customers to make another 6 customers, making 10. We class it as 4, 4, 10. I try to crunch that down and I just say, just go and get 10 customers. Just go and get your 4 partners. Bring them on. Let's work properly with them from the start. I just want to put these up because I've got to, when you're building, imagine building a Colosseum and you've got these 4 pillars when you start your base of your Colosseum. Between silver, and you can make where you get fast silver, you can see the bonus levels on there from Smart Bronze. Remember I mentioned about Smart Bronze, X-Team Express. This is the speed we want you to go in your first few months because we want you to get your investment back, whatever may that be, and get into fast silver. So that's an average around £450, and that's, some people do that within their first 2 weeks, first 3 weeks, first month. It can happen, but however, the pillars, the first major pillar that you need to do, so between silver and diamond, you're learning, you're teaching, you're coachable, you're helping each other, you're talking to each other, you're getting a bond, you're getting customers, you're learning about the products. And then there'll come a time, whether it's 2 months, we've had one of my colleagues who were brought on, he went to diamond in 2 months. And when you plant that first pinnacle moment of diamond, what would £4,500 do for someone per month? That's an average. What would that do? Even executive. So going forward, you can understand why it's important to have duplication, why it's important to making sure you understand that we're customer focused, because that's the way we want to make sure we grow. Customers. Partners are important. Of course they are. They're the backbone. They're our fields guys. But don't forget about the customer base. So I'm going to break it down a little bit, break it down again. I'm just going to clip into the things of them 7 steps what I mentioned. The market, demand, longevity. You've got to understand that these products, everybody needs them. From the womb to the grave, everybody is going to want to use our products. But we've got to be smart enough to educate ourselves, to be able to educate them. Again, if you don't like the products, this business is not for you. You can't just go for the money. This business is not for you. Experience and capability. Well, I've mentioned about the background stuff. I've mentioned about the head of our advisory board. The owners of the company, which is the owners, the CEOs of the company, and is the owners of the company, which is Orion and Seller. Pardon the language. I've probably pronounced their surname wrong. But they're phenomenal people. They really are. Because when I first met them, oh God, when was it? I think it was on our first conference. So it must have been last November. Absolutely welcoming. And I've been online with him. He's helped me with a couple of prospects as well. So they're approachable. So we've got that capability. We've got that experience. We've got the team to help us grow. Good business practices. So you've seen them talking about when we're dealing with outside companies, third parties. Vitas, we're dealing with Vitas. We're a huge company. We want to be part of the direct selling association. Now, these guys are more or less like the governing body. They're making sure that we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. One, when we're talking about our products, that we're not overselling. We're not saying it's a magic pill or this, that, and the other. These are the people who are watching us. So being proud to be aligned with these type of industries, these type of companies, should I say. The back office and system, the support is amazing. And yes, I know like any company, you're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days. That's part of entrepreneurship. You're going to have some good days, you're going to have some bad days. That's just what happens. The compensation plan, the basis of the compensation plan, just the basics you need to know at this stage. And that's go out and get your 4 customers, build that up over a time to 10 customers. Go out and get your 4 partners and help them properly and get them started properly to do exactly what you've just done over that 1, 2 or 3 week period. Then go and repeat it with their people that they're bringing on. Then go out and get some more customers. And the financial status of the company. I mentioned that they are cash rich and debt free. They invest back into their own company, their field sales staff. I think that's phenomenal. And they're open. They are open how they do this. Go onto the website, go down on the bottom of the website, click business, you'll see the last figures that they've put up. They're open. And I think that's fantastic. You'll understand if you are business minded, you like your figures, that's there for everyone to see. But them 7 pillars, them 7 steps that I use this in my normal businesses when I look at something. And if I can't see where this is going, I'm not being part of it. So if you are in for the first time and you are looking at this business for the first time, just bear in mind then, are they aligning with your own expectations? Because if it is, get back to the person who actually you came on here with, talk to him, get you any more questions answered, get them answered. So what next? I get it. I understand it. If that's the case and you do understand it, I want you to go back to the person who brought you on here this evening, but I want you to go back with one thing in mind, and that's a date for you to get your training done. Because I don't think you should go forward if you've not got that training date in place within at least 24 to 48 hours for when you become to register. You're unsure. Yeah, which way you're going to go. I understand that. You need some more questions answered. You really do. But why don't you go back to the person, perhaps come on a freeway call, whether it's with myself, whether it's with one of my colleagues. There's plenty of people within this business who will gladly sit on it. Well, hopefully that day will come soon when we can actually sit and talk over a coffee in a nice coffee shop. But they'll come on Zoom with you and have a freeway chat with you. Ask the questions. If you're medically minded, let's book some time if you want to find out more about the products and the science. We can easily go and talk to Dr. Paul Clayton. We can book some time with him. He's in demand. It won't be on the split of a hat, but we can get an audience with him. But if you are undecided, please get your questions answered. It's just phenomenal when I think that so many people turn down an opportunity without understanding and making that understanding whatever the questions that they're looking for to align them with their own beliefs. They just walk away because they think it's not for them. But they need to have a look. They need to understand the processes. Then you can make a valid decision whether this business is for you or not. Then no. The answer is no, it's not for me. But please, don't walk away from these products. Please, have a look at it. Investigate the products. Become a customer. Value your health. Have a look at these products, because you're going to hear many, many things going through when our guys send you some more information. You'll hear and listen to a lot of things regarding the science behind these products. And I would say find out about them, because it could enhance your life. It could be better for you. And I'm saying that, I'm not saying that flippantly. I'm saying it because it's working for me. It's bringing my blood pressure down. I feel a little bit better, and I can only see it getting better and better. My business will get better and better, but my health is going to get better and better. Now, I'm hoping this is going to play, because it was playing up today. Now, we have got a leadership, a leadership seminar coming up, and we're coming to the end of our presentation. We're coming to have a look at what this leadership school is about. And this is what I'm talking about, the training. So if any of you have not got your tickets yet, if any of the new ones who are looking at this business, I'm hoping this will play, because it's really what we're about. We're about education. We're about learning. We're about looking after each other, making sure we're focused and understanding from great speakers. Understanding from people who's walked the walk, talk the talk. They've done it. So why wouldn't I be there? If this wasn't just online and it was way expensive, I think it was Oslo, or Vienna, if I can't remember which country it was, it should have been. I'd be there. front row, if I can get on the front row, with my notepad, with my book. I'll be there. So I'm just going to play this. But I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming on tonight. I'd like to thank the new ones who are looking at this business. But please, get your questions answered. If it's not for you, have a look at the products. Because this business is a real business. And it's working for many people in the UK and abroad. And the business is growing. You really need to look at it in your whole entirety. Look at the whole thing. And it could align you for a future that is for you and your family. I'm going to play this. I'm hoping it's going to play.
It's not your ability to have hunger. The super successful don't stop once they hit their targets. They simply reset and go again. Do you have the hunger to take the next step in your Zinzino career? Or climb all the way to the top of the comp plan? Then we know the right place to be in June 2020. Keynote speaker is a very special person to us in Zinzino. We are many who have his wisdom to thank for our success. We are proud to announce the best-selling author, the world-famous speaker, the one and only Randy Gage. Randy has spoken to more than 2 million people across more than 50 countries and is one of the highest paid, most sought-after speakers in our profession today. Randy Gage is for sure a strong enough reason to come, but we have so much more to offer. On stage, we are proud to welcome Dr. Paul Clayton, one of the fathers of pharmaconutrition and head of our scientific advisory, our CEO, Dag Bergheim Pettersen, and our one-star global president, Hilda and Urian Selle, together with all of our fastest-growing leaders. Miss this chance. Our top leaders will be there, hungry and purposeful. Will you? The tickets are out now.
A really big thank you for each and every one of you. I'm here to those who want to get in touch with me and have a quick chat later on. By all means, I'll put my contact details in the talk, or get back to the person who actually brought you on here this evening. I'm Fitz Spencer. I'm a director of Zinzino, and have a fantastic night, everyone. Good night now. Thank you.